Okay, here's the deal. I really hate self-aware and self-reflective openings to blog posts and video series like the thing I'm about to do, but sometimes you gotta do it because sometimes you're starting something and it's important to say what you're doing. Like now, I'm starting a vlog. Is it even a vlog? Is that what they call it anymore? Do they call it is it a video podcast? See, I am not cool enough to do this. Somebody go call my teenage children! But I'm fretting over this because this is the kind of thing that can get a guy like me in trouble. You don't know me, but let me tell you why it can get a guy like me in trouble. I am professionally religious. That means I get paid to be holy. Okay, that's not actually what I get paid to do, but wouldn't that be hilarious if that's what I got paid to do, if that was the job description? Job responsibility number 1, be holy. Job responsibility number 2, just make sure you're following job description number 1. But because I get paid to be professionally religious, there are a lot of people who think that being professionally religious, being holy, only means one thing. But the truth is, I'm a pretty complex guy. You're complex, I'm complex. One time, I gave myself a nervous breakdown because I didn't allow myself to be complex, and I promised myself I would never do that again. And ever since then, I've kind of had this push and pull thing going with authenticity. And when I say authenticity, I'm not talking about the hipster thing. I'm not talking about I'm going to have the right experience because it's cool, or I'm going to eat those certain foods because they're cool and hip, and I'm not going to wear those certain clothes because they're hip. Can I be honest? I don't really like bacon all that much, and I think Mumford & Son sucks. But what I mean by authenticity is I mean like integrity, like being direct and transparent and honest. And if you know me at all, or if you've ever worked with me on anything, you know that those are big words for me because I say them all the time. I don't tell white lies. I own up to my shit. And at the end of the day, I get to go to sleep knowing that I haven't deceived anybody. Everybody knows exactly where I stand. I'm not uncompromising, but I maintain good boundaries. But this is a problem because, like I said, having integrity like the way that I just described it means that I'm going to say things that are contrary to what other people think that I should be saying, and I might get in trouble, and frankly, I'd like to continue being professionally religious. I like my work. I like what I do, but I got some opinions, I got some thoughts, I got some ideas that other people get pretty worked up over. It's already happened. So I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Landon, just be yourself. Don't worry about it. Just be yourself. Everything's going to be fine. But the problem is, I don't believe you that everything's going to be fine because it's not been fine ever before. That's never shown to be fine. And anyway, which one of my selves do you want me to be? I'm a complex guy. I got a lot of selves. Do you want me to be daddy self? Because I'm a daddy, right? I got 4 boys. Do you want me to be that self? Do you want me to be the father who is constantly worried that his children are not going to grow up and learn how to make good choices before they leave his house? Do you want me to be the father who's constantly worried that his children are going to get into bad debt like I did? Do you want me to be the father that's worried that these kids are going to start a family way before they're ready to start a family like I did? Do you want me to be the father who's worried that these children are going to grow up and spend the rest of their lives trying to figure out how to be creatively satisfied? Is that what you want me to be? Am I supposed to be that guy? Because frankly, that guy's a little depressing. He needs some Prozac. How about socio-religious expert self? Is that the self that you'd like me to be? You know, the guy who wrote the book that was fortunately pretty well received, but is now on a constant search to find the next thing to say so that people will pay attention to him and validate his experiences. Is that the guy you'd like me to be? Because frankly, I don't think so. Nobody likes needy people. Or how about I go way back and be religious fundamentalist self? You know, the self that truly believed that homosexuals were possessed by the devil and tried to convince his graduating class to convert to Christianity on the stage during the high school baccalaureate celebration? Is that the guy you want to be? Because I don't ever want to see that guy again. And those are just a few of my selves. I mean, I got so many selves, I wonder if that show, The United States of Terror, was based on me. It was based in Kansas City, you know. I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm just trying to live into this thing where I don't care about all those other selves. I'm only concerned about one self, and that's the next self. That's the self I get to be right now and in the next moment. That's the only self that I really want to care about. So I guess I'm making this little intro disclaimer self-aware thing as a way of like protecting him, because I worry about him. I really do. I worry about him. I worry that he's not going to be brave. I worry that he's not going to do what he needs to do. I'm worried that he's going to just return back into the rut that he's in, that he's not going to try to be an artist, that he's going to try to be something other than that. And I want that guy to be an artist. I want that guy to be free and creative. I want him to be evocative. I want him to open minds up if he can. I don't even know if he can, but if he can't, I want him to know what kind of things he wants to open minds with and go learn how to do that and hone his skills and do it. And I don't want him to be afraid of trying to hone his skills because he's worried about losing his job for being professionally religious. I don't know. That's what I guess that's what I want. I guess that's what I want. Walt Whitman was right. The past and the present wilt. I've filled them. I've emptied them. And I'm going to proceed to fill the next fold in my future. Do I contradict myself? Very well then. I contradict myself. I am large. I contain multitudes. That's what I'm scared about, though. I'm scared about those multitudes. But I guess the best bet is to just keep plugging away and just do what Uncle Walt says and try to fill that next fold and just accept it if it's so contradictory that I don't even have a space in my brain for it. So, all right, let's commence contradiction.